Zach Benson isn't the fastest player or the biggest. He doesn't have the best hands or the hardest shot. Yet, despite these physical limitations, the deck is always stacked in his favor. With and without the puck, he dictates the game, and when all else fails, he will not be outworked. Benson's a manipulator, moving opponents around with rapid-fire deception, but he's also so much more, with board skills the envy of top power forwards, stick work like a shutdown defender, and top-of-class anticipation. That's why he's, hear me out, a first overall caliber talent.
Benches led by James Patrick and Willie Desjardins. Here's Benson to Geekie, back in front, Benson, he scores! Zach Benson, less than 8 minutes. Benson, he does. Pass went off the boards, and it comes out to center ice now, and Benson will strip it away from Waterhout. Here he comes, Benson trying to do it himself. Benson, he's in, he scores! What a goal! Power play marker by Zach Benson, and Winnipeg leads it 4-2.
Deception. That's Benson's game. In open ice, he uses fake shots to freeze opponents, selling it with his body orientation, feet, and eyes. He hangs onto the puck just long enough to get defenders to commit, but not long enough so they have enough time to close the lane. Those are cool, but most top prospects should be making these plays. But that's just the beginning. Benson also deceives with pace through his movements, a relative rarity outside the NHL. He brings defenders wide to pass through them to the inside. He changes of pace and handling skill to move defenders around before passing. He attacks the middle, then pushes wide to pass through opponents, showing a keen awareness of how his actions generate reactions. It seems the defender's leg is in the way, but Benson knows that since he's angled wide, the opponent will follow, clearing the lane. Really, he's a master of momentum, dictating and reading it. He anticipates defenders overshooting, creating opportunities to cut inside. He knows a defender reaching out is easily deked through. He uses defenders' desire to, defend against them, waiting for the poke before advancing. Again, the special part is that he creates these situations. In one-on-ones, he slows down, puts the puck near the defender, waits for the poke, then instantly exploits it. Benson's ability to dictate defenders' actions is most visible along the boards, where, simply put, he's a beast. He does it by inverting pressure, taking defenders in front or to his side and putting them on his back. A defender behind you is one less defender who can block the shot or intercept a pass. One way he does it with a cutback off the rush, stepping into opponents before cutting away and finding the next layer. Along the boards, he waits for the defender to close space, then cuts back into open ice. He prepares for contact, scanning and establishing body positioning before touching the puck. Notice how he steps out, which changes the defender's route, creating the escape and the incredible backhand dish. That's dictating the game. Benson slows down, draws contact, then he does it again, accelerates high, and then from there he opens up the hips, baits the poke, then accelerates into the slot, inverting pressure. Now, this is where it gets really fun. Benson dekes, then turns around, shows pass, waits for the defender's reaction, then accelerates. He skates to the net, drawing the double team. That means a teammate is open. He instantly connects. In this ridiculous sequence, he turns a 2-on-3 into a goal by skating at 2 defenders to draw them, then inverting them by pushing off. He fakes going up the boards, then sets up a cross-crease tap-in, dictating the game. Benson's stick work also stands out along the boards. Look at this, stick lift on one side, win the race to the other. Or this, where he stick lifts the opponent early, fakes one way, and goes backhand inside. He always chooses the right play. He waits long enough for the best option to appear, but never too long. For this first pass, the ensuing shot would carry an expected goal of around 0.05 to 0.1. Benson's patience pays off because the shot he sets up is worth 0.25 expected goals and 1 actual goal. He also just baffles defenders behind the net. He fakes a play to the far post, then the near side, and then goes back again, all to buy time for his teammate to get open. And he has some fun with it too. He hangs onto the puck for that extra split second to get defenders to commit and then gets the pass through just before the lane closes. And he makes the quick pass if it's open. And he guides his teammates into space. If he passes now, that's a fringe scoring chance if it even gets through. Instead, he waits, passes through the defender into space, creating a better chance with less risk. He does the same off the rush manipulation through movement down low, pulling defenders wide before passing through them. It's the same story in transition too. He finds the best option as soon as possible, understanding that the first, most immediate option won't be the only one. Now add that high-paced deception, vision, ability to play inside contact, how he initiates contact and inverts pressure, the stick work and the play selection. It's easy to see Benson creating these same plays in the NHL. Enabling all these skills is Benson's off-puck game, starting offensively. He reloads high, allowing him to build speed into the next touch. He supports the cycle, winning body positioning when necessary, and knows when to rush the net. He pushes off to the far post to become an option, sometimes even rushing the net only to sneak away at the last second. But he's also not afraid to battle, constantly fighting for positioning to keep his stick free. A lot of his playmaking comes from these off-puck plays too. This happens because Benson's up the ice to push back the defense, then slips behind his teammate to become short support. On its own, Benson's speed doesn't provide much separation, so he plays a give-and-go style, bypassing defenders with passes, staying inside space, and choosing the right next play. He knows that skating his routes will create space behind him. Benson won Best Defensive Forward in the 2023 Elite Prospects Draft Guide. I mean, he scored more shorthanded goals than power play goals this season. We've already seen his stick work on the forecheck. It's just as impressive defensively. Part of it, of course, is just effort. He sprints when many players coast. Even at the end of shifts, he goes all out for the chance he could disrupt the play. There's also an element of timing, lifting sticks just as passes arrive. He pokes away pucks just as opponents expose them. He challenges opponents on one side, beats them to the other, and then establishes body positioning to secure the puck. When he's not supporting down low, he's matching footwork, angling, and dispossessing opponents up high. And how about this crazy play where he, mid-fall, changes his trajectory to block the opponent from the puck? He backtracks above the play like an NHLer and stays engaged until he forces a turnover. And he can even defend the rush like a defenseman. What a play! Statistically, Benson is a playmaker unlike any other that's come through recent drafts. His 2.42 expected primary assists per 60, which measures the quality of shots players set up, is second all-time in a dataset of over 3,000 forwards. That's better than Bedard, Jack Hughes, Shane Wright, Logan Cooley, Alexis Lafreniere, and well, everyone not named Connor McDavid. He was closer to McDavid than third place was to him. He was also top 10 in steals per 60 in the same parameters. Now that's well-roundedness. None of that would be possible without the interaction between Benson's many skills, how the high-paced deception blends with his vision, how he maintains the deceptive act under heavy pressure along the boards, how he strings together so many different types of plays in rapid succession with his off-puck game, and so on. He's an incredible adapter. Eliminate one play, he finds 5 more. Take away his passing options, now he's manipulating opponents to dangle inside for chances. Try to run him over, he slips through. Even when things aren't connecting, Benson still finds ways to impact the game, something that recent top prospects haven't been able to do. That bodes well for his NHL future. The high-pace manipulation, board skills, play selection, off-puck instincts, defensive stick work, and adaptability. These are the skills of a top-line forward. Together, they make him the type of player that could drive an NHL top line with top-end playmaking and Selke-level defense. Now that's a first overall pick. Enjoyed this video? Don't forget to like and subscribe, then head to upringside.com and check out our draft guide featuring over 400 players complete with analysis, tool grades, game reports, and more.